tuned into WDG Underground Columbus, home of the unsigned artists, and this is Big C in the morning. This is the Friday morning show that starts your Friday morning off right in your weekend early. And how's everybody doing today? I hope everyone's doing great today. It's Friday, it's almost the weekend. Everybody wants to be ready for the weekend because, you've been working a whole lot and it's tiring and you just want to relax on your weekend away from work and stuff. So yeah, we're almost at the weekend. And now it is time for us to talk about two topics today that I picked out. So here's one of the first topics today. The coronavirus here in Ohio. Yes, I know I talked about this a lot on my show, but this is some interesting news here. Interesting news. So, yesterday, Governor Mike DeWine had a statewide address for the whole state of Ohio, and it's actually been a year since since the coronavirus came here. So yeah, it's now been a year since we finally fought the coronavirus when it came here to America and in Ohio, and now we're here. We're here now. It's kind of crazy how it's already been 1 year. Like, I just started Ohio Media School here like a year ago, and I remember everything was nice and good times until coronavirus showed up and just spoiled the fun. And a lot of interesting news came out of the statewide address today. Well, yesterday, not today. It was yesterday. Governor DeWine said when the number of cases in Ohio dropped to 50 per 100,000 people for 2 weeks, he said all the health orders will come off. And he called this goal very doable. I mean, not doable, doable. And cases actually dropped. There's a figure that dropped from 731 cases on December 3rd to 445 cases on February 3rd, and 179 cases on Thursday. So cases are dropping significantly, and yeah, somehow we're kind of almost out of this, coronavirus hole. So basically, coronavirus dug a nice hole for us, and then all of a sudden, we're starting to dig ourselves out of the hole, and we're almost out of that hole, which is pretty nice. And to be honest with you, I thought masks were. I like wearing the mask because they have so many designs. You can wear any type of mask, and the masks make you kind of look like a doctor. I'm not saying that it wouldn't make you officially a doctor. I'm saying it will make you look like one. But there's only one problem to the mask. I mean, honestly, sometimes I can't even breathe in that thing. And besides, isn't a mask when you breathe out and then you breathe in again? Doesn't that make you breathe in the carbon dioxide that you just exhaled? Seriously, it's kind of a confusing thing, but whatever. It doesn't bother me at all. Yeah. So we might actually not have to follow any more health orders soon or later. Who knows? But yeah, I think that. But he says people can still wear masks if they want to feel safe. But yeah, he he technically said if everyone continues to wear the masks and if people choose to get vaccinated, which he's not forcing anybody to get vaccinated. some people will take the vaccine, some people will not. I mean, it's just like every other vaccine. Like, people are afraid that they might get something from the vaccine, like something bad. Like, I've got all my shots. I've had like flu shots, booster shots, vaccine shots that prevent from like harsh diseases and stuff. I had those shots to like protect me from those, and nothing's happened to me. So I might want to take the coronavirus vaccine. See how cool it is. And I heard like right now, people who are now 60 and older can now get the vaccine. We're now in phase 2, people. Phase 2, which means it's phase 2 out of whatever how many phases our governor has. Probably like 1 billion phases. Because I don't know. I just really don't know how many phases this guy has. But yeah. Now, guys, if you remember from a few shows ago, where I said the coronavirus, we will not be having to deal with the coronavirus this much in like May or June. This prediction might be closer than you think, or right on the spot. Like, seriously, I made that prediction how many shows ago? I made that a long time ago, like a couple shows ago. Like, I forget how many shows ago, but that prediction, that prediction could be, on the spot. It could be in May, or it could be in June. Like, I made this prediction weeks ago and months ago, or it's either weeks or months ago. And I solely remember saying that we could be over corona by June or May of this year. So if that prediction comes true, everyone's going to be like, "Bro, that is crazy." And then they'll be asking me like, who's going to win the NBA finals next year, or who's going to win the NHL playoffs, who's going to win probably the Heisman Trophy next year, or who's going to be drafted first overall. Which I know who's going to be drafted first overall, because we know, for the NFL draft, because I know who it is, but I'm not telling you. And besides, I'm not talking about sports today, so no sports. But yeah, this is crazy. I honestly, cannot believe that we might be out of this. We might be out of this sooner or later. I mean, I did predict it a while ago, so yeah. But Governor Wine later said, "The end of our fight is now in view, but we must continue pressing forward in these final days. We must not relent." So basically what he's saying is we got to continue following these health orders and not, get lazy. Get lazy or slack off, and just basically, just keep at it, and go on with our daily lives as in the coronavirus times, wearing our masks, socially distancing. So yeah. And if I could make a little prediction here, well, not a prediction, but look up here, I want to see how many cases that we have total now. I think we are like almost in the millions, but then again, I could be wrong. So let's see. Okay, we're at 974,000, around 974,000 cases. Okay. Now I want to look up recovered. How many recovered cases do we have? I know there's a website where you can look at here we go. Worldometer. Okay, so we have 974,480 COVID cases as of Thursday. And recovered is 919,296 as of Thursday as well. So, and also there have been 17,346 deaths. So, okay, so take those cases. I'm going to do a little math here. A little math here on live here on the air. Because, math is, fun. 17,000. Okay, so that. Now I divide that number by 974,000. Okay, so I did the math here and I basically rounded the numbers. So, like, I had like 936,000 like recovered and deaths put in, and then added the number of, and then I like divided it by the number of coronavirus cases, which is like 974,480. I'm basically just did the 974,000, and I divided that up, and I got a percentage, and we are currently at a 96% containment rate. We are now 90. We have contained this virus at 96%. So we are like 4% away from being like fully contained. Maybe we might not even, we probably won't even hit 1 million cases. We'll probably be under that number. Under 1 million. That, if we get to under 1 million cases, excuse me, that would be amazing. That would be truly amazing. Because, to be honest with you guys, I feel like we're like the only state that has, actually done this like the professional way. Like, every other state's doing good here and there, but I feel like we're the best state at containing corona. But yeah, that's just my opinion. But other states have decided to say, hey, you don't need the mask anymore. Just ball them up and shoot them into the basket. Kobe. But, some people are like, nah, we're just gonna keep the masks on to be safe, so yeah. So yeah, basically, Texas's governor says, hey, the masks, you don't need them anymore. And a lot of other states have said this. Excuse me again. Yeah, but a lot of other states, including Texas, have decided to end the mask mandates since all their COVID cases are down, and they're like, yeah, we're cool, we're good, we don't need them anymore. So yeah, do whatever you want. So yeah, they don't want they don't want to wear the mask anymore. But I've seen a lot of people on social media like keep wearing the masks in like that particular state, like Texas. Like, there's a lot of people that are saying, yeah, we're gonna keep wearing our masks and stuff. But yeah, it's crazy. So I actually got a question for somebody in Texas. You know, I know he's probably not watching, but I know he's probably gonna watch this like when it's like up there or something. But I gotta ask my buddy David Clark something on the air live. I know he's not listening, but I gotta ask him something. So David, when you're watching this in the future or whenever, are you gonna be wearing a mask or are you just not gonna wear a mask? Because that's my only true. That's the only guy from Texas I know. That's the only Texan I know. Like, seriously, he's the only guy from Texas that I know. That's my only insider in Texas. If I had if I had him, watching, I would know what his answer was. I would see it in the comments, but unfortunately, he's not here. He's not watching today. I hope he's doing okay, which I know he is doing okay. I mean, he had COVID and then he beat it. That shows you how tough he is as a Texan. He's originally from Ohio, so technically a true Ohioan Texan. I think. I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Very, very interesting that these states are now saying, "Hey, you don't need to wear masks." So I got a question for you guys. So, here in Ohio, our cases are going down, everything is looking great. Um my question is, if Mike DeWine says we don't have to wear masks anymore, will you still wear the mask or will you not wear the mask? Excuse me. If you ask me what my answer would be is I would still wear the mask because there might be a little coronavirus somewhere. It might be in just a small region of Ohio, but then again, you could never tell where it is because you don't have, COVID tracking devices like, going beep, 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 beep. It's kind of like one of those nuclear trackers for detecting nuclear hazards. If we get one of those like COVID trackers that acts like, some kind of, beeping device and stuff. That would be great. That would be great. Um so yeah. Honestly, I'm wearing the mask because, I want to still be safe until, like coronavirus has gone down like to like the littlest, tiny little micro, like that much, like very tiny. If it's that tiny, like that tiny, that tiny, tiny, tiny microspec, then, everything will be good. Everything will be all good if we just get it down to the tiniest microspec. Then we won't have to deal with corona anymore. And finally, I can breathe again. And I can now hang out with my friends again and, do cool stuff. And, yeah. Honestly, I think the masks have been making us safe, and, we're almost done, people, with these masks. It's either gonna come sooner or later, whatever happens. I hope that the coronavirus doesn't, make a fuss about us anymore. Because to tell you the truth, the coronavirus has been honestly, painful. It's taken like millions of lives. You know, it's ruined a lot of people's lives. It caused people their jobs. It's hard. It was hard out here. It was very hard out here. From like the start of this whole pandemic to the middle and possibly to the end. Cuz oh boy, there's still a lot of stuff going around and we just need to take care of it. Taking care of business. It's kind of like, this whole coronavirus thing is like, foot, like either any sport, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, any sport. It's like any sport. You gotta understand. People like go out there and do their best to contain this virus, and then the virus just punches back until all of a sudden we make a comeback and win the game and the championship. It's kind of like one of those sports. It's like any sport, technically. So yeah, and we got a comment from my mom. She says maybe they should still be worn in crowded places. Yes, crowded places like Easton, Polaris, Ohio State football games, Ohio State basketball games, COSI, anything that's popular in Ohio, they should still wear masks. Like, you know, I've seen Alabama say, hey, we're going to have all 100,000 of our fans in our stadium because we know we're cooler than the coronavirus. And that was possibly said by Nick Saban or the athletic director. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, sports stadiums are like a lot of sports teams, like Alabama and other teams, like college teams, professional teams, saying they're going to have full capacity next season. And I'm like, okay, do whatever you want. I don't care. But yeah, if an outbreak happens, we'll know who to blame. Alabama. But yeah, isn't that crazy? Alabama trying to go at full capacity next season? Well, if my prediction's right, then maybe, yeah, you can do it. But until then, nope. So yeah. Also, I wonder how it's going to go affect like other sports in the coming weeks. Like, baseball is almost about to start back up again. And I heard they're going to have like people in the stadium, like maybe 2,000 fans in the stadium. But what if COVID goes away from Ohio? Then Ohio would say, okay, we're closing, our borders from, we can't have people from Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, Pennsylvania come in because they might contaminate us again. That might happen. If we completely just get rid of Corona, we might have to close the borders, but that we are like Ohio's connected to like 5 states: Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania. We close those borders up from, for those states. We could like prevent another serious outbreak because, people are going to be like, oh, let's go to Ohio and, go do cool stuff there and not wear these silly little masks. I know that's bound to happen. That is bound to happen, people. It is literally bound to happen. They will literally, the state borders, they're open freely. And if, we just close them for a little bit until, we have like 0 straight cases for like, I don't know, maybe like 3 weeks or a month, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. But yeah, guys, this is very interesting. I would tune into the news and like for coronavirus coverage and just keep your eyes peeled because we will be out of this. We will be out of this either in May or June or later in the year. Because I promise you, 2021 will be a little bit better. And I know we didn't jinx ourselves, but hopefully it gets a little bit better. I mean, we're almost a quarter done with 2021. So we're almost at the end of the first quarter. And we're about to start the second, and I'm going to be very interested in the second quarter just to see what this coronavirus does. And as you can see, I'm using, sports terms. So, yeah. Obviously, it's a thing here in Ohio. We use sports terms sometimes, but sometimes we don't. But hey, that's just my opinion. Alrighty. I think it's a good time to take our first break. So when we come back, we're going to talk about the Grammys. I know they're in in 9 days, but hey, I want to talk the Grammys real quick. Or like real early, whatever. Whichever it is. So yeah. So stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss it. So yeah. This is Big C in the Morning on WDG Underground Columbus. home of the unsigned artist. And now here is P. Dot with Something to Ride To. We will be right back, and I gotta close that song because it might play over the song I wanted. So yeah, we'll be right back.
Yeah, live action. Speed Dot, back to Ben here. You know the name. Just ride through the city, call the dirty glove. I hit the block, stop at Hama, get my bust up. The hood, the bang, the city is slap mode. Gotta stay gripping the heat, cause these haters is jack mode. I'm being the one that punish on niggas, be they hate on me. Just like the LAEs, click, spit, heat. Rap for the city of the decapited. True religion, air ones, my outside. The only thing I'm spitting is these and these rims. The only thing I'm catching is these dollars and these bills. Run up on my life and we killing them at will. Talking all over, it's full to your grill. Hit them a girl slide deep in the SUV. I got a man with no insecurities. My people's when I'm home, then you blowing up with me. When I'm signing on the line and we puffing on the streets. When you roll, please remove the other sheet. The lot of how you ride with no sticks, no C's. Fire in the hole when you riding with me. We on the funky expedition, pumping ride through the D. When we rolling in, wild islands with the Swedes. Catch me up in Starbucks, having drinks with my peeps. Or rolling down lows, chasing dollars in these streets. And thought I'd kick a little something, give you all a little something to ride. Expedition, funky expedition, expedition, funky expedition, expedition on air, expedition to ride. Funky expedition, expedition, funky expedition, expedition, funky expedition, expedition on air. I told you, follow OPs, be my peace. You can cross the sea on the dock, but never cross me. Please believe you're not equipped for these streets. Deep in the deep, hold up on the beat. Yeah, we got dough, it's time to get low. Some old ice on the pieces, pull out the 24. Yeah, the glass of ice, the cardio rolls go. Get it up in the city, and how the hook go. Pick my clothes up, it's time to roll the buzz up. Some of them checking, cause they wanna see who in the truck. Fill the tank up, it's time to pick the drink up. I tap the whole world up because grab the ice and cup. Just let the block, let's hit the park, you got a spot. I run the city that's pretty with the hop. When ladies stay fly, and make that ass drop. It's back to business, it's time to make it pop. Expedition, funky expedition, expedition, funky expedition, expedition, funky expedition, expedition on air, expedition to ride. Expedition, funky expedition, expedition, funky expedition, expedition, funky expedition, expedition on air, expedition to ride. Here's a little something to glide to. I hit the E-way and show 'em how the West do. We hit the app looking like we off a photo shoot. Tap the gas when he's on that hoop juice. Call my peeps up, what's happening? Let's meet up. It's only two of us, what's up? Let's tear the streets up. Don't hop in if you're not down, what we gonna do? Better check it out, cause we not back until after 2. We shut it down, now I'm buzzing and I'm running. Think about my records cause I'm buzzing and I'm let's finish rolling up and drinking this Corona. Hitting the road, cause I'm dropping all my homies feeling good. All the right and the loud. About to link up with my mama cause it's about to go down. When they don't talk, we only get it in. You know what it is, we're only up and we at it again. Expedition, funky expedition, expedition, funky expedition, expedition, funky expedition, expedition on air, expedition to ride. Expedition, funky expedition, expedition, funky expedition, expedition, funky expedition, expedition on air, expedition to ride. Expedition, funky expedition, expedition, funky expedition, expedition, funky expedition, expedition on air, expedition to ride. Expedition, funky expedition, expedition, funky expedition, expedition, funky expedition, expedition on air, expedition to ride.
What I liked the most here at Ohio Music School was that, I got to learn more about videography and, just more on how to work in a group culture and, business like. And also, I would definitely say what I'm going to do after this is continue my DJ career on tour and start shelling out festivals and shows and stuff like that, hopefully. And big shout out to Young Issa here. Big shout out to J Love. Big shout out to Nikki. You guys are great. Thanks.
are back on WDG Underground Columbus, home of the Unsigned Artists, and this is Big C in the morning. And okay, before we go on to our next topic, there was a little sound coming from somewhere. I don't know what that was, but okay, there's some kind of musical sound coming from the studio. I don't know what it was, but oh well. Anyways, our second topic is the Grammys. Now, the Grammys are 9 days away, and I am talking about this really early, but hey, why not talk about it early? So, the 63rd Annual Grammy Awards that was supposed to take place in January, but due to COVID, got moved up to March. So, yeah. And it's being hosted by Trevor Noah, who you know is the host of The Daily Show on Comedy Central. And, yeah, he's hosting the Grammys, which is kind of crazy. I never thought comedians could host, like an awards show for the Grammys, because usually it'd be just artists like Alicia Keys, LL Cool J, but somehow they got a comedian to host the show, and that's not bad. Trevor Noah is not that bad a selection. It's a pretty good selection. So he's hosting. And Beyonce has the most nominations for this year's Grammy Awards, with 9 nominations. That's a whole lot of nominations. Now, last year, the person who had the most nominations was Lizzo. And did Lizzo win one of the... I think she did win one of the awards. Let's see. Lizzo. Yeah, she won Best Pop Solo Performance. And I think... Did she win something else, too? I thought she won another... award too. Or maybe, oh yeah, she did. Best Traditional R&B Performance. So yeah, Lizzo won 3 Grammys. Best Urban Contemporary Album. And anything else I'm missing? Anything else? Nope. I believe that's it. That's pretty interesting. Alright, so Lizzo's won like 3 Grammys last year out of her 8 nominations. And now we're focused on this year's. And also, if you want to know who won the most Grammys last year, it was Billie Eilish. I think she won like 6 of them. Not bad. Not bad for her first ever Grammys. I mean, Michael Jackson, if you look at Michael Jackson, when he won a ton of Grammys in his first run. Like, seriously, Thriller was the album that gave him the most Grammy Awards. And, whew, had to be like a record. But anyways, this year's Grammys, I'm going to give you my predictions on who is going to win the Grammys for this year. So we got Record of the Year. We have Black Parade by Beyonce, Colors by Black Pumas, Rockstar by Da Baby featuring Roddy Ricch, Say So by Doja Cat, Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish, Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa, Circles by Post Malone, and Savage by Megan Thee Stallion featuring Beyonce. So, I guess Beyonce has like 2 songs that got nominated for Grammys for Record of the Year. One that she completely sung in, and then one that she was featured in. I guess, isn't that like a double nomination? Maybe? I don't know. But, okay, so looking at these nominations, all these artists are very deserving, but I think Beyonce's going to take the win. Because, come on, it's Beyonce. No one can really defeat Beyonce in anything. Album of the year. The nominees are Chilombo by Jenny Akio. I don't know how to pronounce their name. It's a very, very hard name to pronounce. Black Pumas Deluxe Edition by the Black Pumas. Everyday Life by Coldplay. DeJesse Volume 3 by Jacob Collier. Women in Music Part 3 by Haim. Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa. Hollywood's Bleeding by Post Malone. And Folklore by Taylor Swift. Now this is going to be a very tough decision for me. Who would win this one? I don't know. I think it's going to come down between probably Post Malone or Dua Lipa. And I think Dua Lipa would win that one. So Dua Lipa will win Album of the Year for her album Future Nostalgia. Song of the Year. So, Song of the Year, we got Black Parade, The Box, Cardigan, Circles, Don't Start Now, Everything I Wanted, I Can't Breathe, and If the World Was Ending. Alright, another good selection here. So, ooh, man, this is a tough decision. Who would win that? Again, all deserving. All these guys are deserving. But I think I'm going to go with The Box. I believe The Box will win. Alright, Best New Artist. Ingrid Andress, Phoebe Bridgers, Noah Cyrus, Chica, D-Smoke, Doja Cat, Kaytranada, and Meg Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion. She's got a lot of hits. So, obviously, Megan Thee Stallion's going to win for Best New Artist. It's obviously... We obviously know who's going to win. It's Megan Thee Stallion. That's a definite W. Best Pop Solo Performance. Yummy, Justin Bieber, Say So, Doja Cat, Everything I Wanted, Billie Eilish, Don't Start Now, Dua Lipa, Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles, and Cardigan by Taylor Swift. Ah, man. My instincts say Yummy by Justin Bieber, but I'm really thinking that Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish will win. Because I think she has the talent to beat Justin Bieber, Doja Cat, Dua Lipa, Harry Styles, and Taylor Swift. So I think Billie Eilish will add a Grammy to her growing Grammy collection. And if Harry Styles wins for Watermelon Sugar, I will be disappointed because that's the most annoying song that I've ever heard. They played it on WNCI for like a bunch of times. They played it throughout the week and I'm like, dude, Dave, Jimmy, play some different music. I could have a better music selection than those two. Seriously. I could have a better music selection than Dave Kalen and Jimmy Jam. So, yeah. Anyways, moving on. Best Pop Duo Group Performance. Undia, which is One Day. And that has J Balvin, Dua Lipa, Bad Bunny, and Tania. Or Tania, I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce this artist's name. A lot of artists have a lot of tough names, but some of them are easy to pronounce. Intentions, Justin Bieber featuring Quavo. Quavo's one of the guys from Migos, which is also another very talented group. And I actually like Migos. I actually like their music. A lot of interesting songs and a lot of good songs. So, yeah. Migos, pretty good. Pretty good. Dynamite by BTS. Rain on Me by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande, and Exile with Taylor Swift featuring Bon Iver. Wow. A lot of good songs here. But I think Intentions is going to win because Justin Bieber had a really good song. I have to admit, Justin Bieber's song Intentions is pretty good. It's pretty good. And he even got Quavo. That makes it even better. So, yeah. So, Intentions featuring Quavo is going to win for Best Pop Duo / Group Performance. And now we're going into Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album. We got Blue Umbrella with Burt Bacharach. Burt Bacharach? When's the last time we ever heard of Burt Bacharach? The dude is 92 he's 92 years old. And he's still writing songs. He's been writing and, singing songs since 1950. He's been doing this for almost 71 years. Dude. Burt Bacharach is so old. He's like very old. Like, when's the last time Burt Bacharach ever had a hit? This is shock. I want to find out who is the oldest person to, be nominated for a Grammy. It's probably Burt Bacharach, because who's ever heard of Burt Bacharach? I've heard of Burt Bacharach. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know about Burt Bacharach. What my mom knows about Burt Bacharach is she said, "Go Burt." Dude, Mom. I know you're old, but not that old. Yes, I know I call my mom old on the air. I'm so sorry. But seriously, Burt Bacharach, really? So we got Burt Bacharach and Daniel Tashin for Blue Umbrella. True Love, a celebration of Cole Porter by Harry Connick Jr. American Standard by James Taylor. James Taylor, that's a pretty good one. Unfollow the Rules by Rufus Wainwright, and then Judy by Renee Zellweger. Renee Zellweger? What? She can sing too? Renee Zellweger. Really? Really? Didn't she just win an Oscar for something? I'm pretty sure she won an Oscar. Mom, seriously, did she? I swear, did she win an Oscar? I think she won an Oscar. Please. She won an Oscar, now she's nominated for a Grammy? I didn't know she was... This is her first Grammy nomination, I think. Isn't it? This has to be. Yes, this is her first Grammy nomination. And she's won 2 Oscars. Oh, now I get it. She sings... So Judy is based off of a movie... And she sang a song probably called... Oh, now I get it. Okay, Judy's the movie, and she sang a song... Well, she did an album called Judy, and okay, now I get it. Now I get it. But man, Burt Bacharach and Daniel Tashin versus Harry Connick Jr. versus James Taylor versus Rufus Wainwright versus Renee Zellweger. A lot of these guys are deserving, but I think it's going to come down between either Harry Connick Jr. or James Taylor. And I think James Taylor would win. So yeah, that's who I pick for Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album. James Taylor's American Standard would win. Or will win. Best Pop Vocal Album, Changes with Justin Bieber, Chromatica by Lady Gaga, Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa, Fine Line, Harry Styles, Folklore, Taylor Swift. I think Fine Line is going to win because, Harry Styles got like a bunch of hit songs on there. And even including Watermelon Sugar, which is on that album. Yep, that is that album. And even Golden's on there. So Watermelon Sugar and Golden is on there. So obviously he's gonna win that. He's gonna win best pop vocal album. Now there's other ones here. Dance electronic music. Best dance recording, On My Mind, Diplo and Side Piece, My High, Disclosure, and Am Mine, and Slow Thigh. The Difference, Flume featuring Toro Waimoi, Both of Us, Jada G, 10% K Tran Nada featuring Kali Uchis. This is a tough one, but I think I'm gonna go with On My Mind by Diplo and Side Piece. Best Dance Electronic Album, Kick Eye, Arca, Energy, Disclosure, Planets Mad, Bauer, Bubba, K Tronada, and Good Faith Medion. Ooh, another tough choice. I'm gonna go with Energy by Disclosure. Rock albums. Best rock performance. So rock category, The Steps, Haim, Stay High by Brittany Howard, Not by Big Thief, Shamika by Fiona Apple, Kyoto by Phoebe Bridgers, and Daylight by Grace Potter. Oh boy, this is tough one too. I'm gonna go with Not by Big Thief, because honestly, that's a tough choice. And there's a lot of other categories, but unfortunately, we don't have enough time to get through all of them. So I'm just gonna go look for the other major categories. Best R&B song, Better Than I Imagined, Black Parade, Collide, Do It, Slow Down. Those are the nominees. I say Black Parade wins. Best R&B album, Happy to Be Here by Ann Clemens, Take Time by Given, To Feel Love / D by Luke James, Bigger Love by John Legend, and All Rise by Gregory Porter. I'm going to say Bigger Love by John Legend. And best rap song. We'll do best rap song and then we'll go to break. So for best rap song, we have The Bigger Picture, The Box, Laugh Now, Cry Later, Rockstar, Savage. There's a lot of good songs here, but I think Savage is gonna win just because Beyonce. Because, to be honest, Beyonce, she's got amazing songs. She's made amazing songs. I feel like she's going to dominate the Grammys. I think she'll win like 4 or 5 Grammys. This year. So yeah, she's gonna win like almost half of the Grammys she's been nominated for. So yeah, that's my prediction. And hopefully a lot of these predictions that I predicted are right. I hope, fingers crossed. And yeah, and the Grammys are not this Sunday, but next Sunday, March 14th on CBS. And hopefully my predictions are right. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to break. But when we come back, I'll end the show. And it's going to be great. So, yeah. This is Big C in the Morning on WDG Underground Columbus, home of the unsigned artist. And let's get another song in here. Which song? I had a song here that I was going to play here, but I don't see it. Well, let's go with this one. So here's Fresh Fly with Love So Good. We'll be right back.
Welcome to my critical mind. Baby. Love so good, can't let it go. Rapping you this love. Now if you ever had the one you always need and will forever want. Even if you're off the strongest drugs, that's your antidote. The one that brings love to your mic and knows just how to rock your boat. Someone you would fight with on a regular but bleed for. Even if guilty with every blame, the one that you will bleed for. Love making impeccable, you buckle to your knees for. The one that pushes you right off the edge and will succeed for. Ooh, you know I love you. Ooh, you know I love you. Put you on a pedestal because I put no one above you. With you my heart belongs. That type of love that lives strong. Get wrapped up in these feelings when you feeling weak. I'm the one you lean on. You my future and my past, the one that I gotta make last. I'm knocking down your walls so your heart can't take off the mask. I want this on strings attached. You know that I got your back right now. I got you face to face, so good love. Now I never lack. You know I love you. Cause you know I love you. Cause you know I love you. Put you on a pedestal because I put no one above you. Love you, love you. Cause I put no one above you. Put you on a pedestal because I put no one above you. Put no one above you. I put no one above you. Put you on a pedestal because I put no one above you. Hey. And you know I got your back. Hey, 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 hey. And you know I got your back. Hey, hey, hey. Listen, 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 listen. My critical mind. Innocent, 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 innocent. My critical mind.
When did you get back from Beijing? I gotta know. Ooh, Molly, are you stuck in nostalgia like me?
And we are back here on WDG Underground Columbus, home of the Unsigned Artists. And this is Big C in the morning, and man, there's a lot of stuff going on here in the news. Just a lot of stuff going on in the news lately. Seriously, there has been. There's been a lot of news, and it's like too much to cover. Seriously. Like, to be honest, the news is every time I watch the news, it just makes me tired. Like, seriously, it always makes me tired. uh, Anyways, there's a lot of sports going on in the world today. I'm probably gonna watch some sports over the weekend. I heard Ohio State's playing Illinois again, so that'll be fun to watch. And then, everybody's favorite college tradition, March Madness is back. Finally. After a year of being absent, I finally get to watch March Madness. I've been waiting to watch March Madness for so long. When it got canceled last year, I was sad, but now I get to watch March Madness, and I get to, get to see who wins and who loses and who just gets to cry deeply in the end. To be honest, I feel like March Madness is going to be either probably a boring old tournament or actually fun. Because, there's a lot of teams that can, ruin everybody's day. I know one team, in fact, just ruined my day, and that's the University of Michigan. Because they won the Big Ten last night, and I'm very angry about that. Because, seriously, Michigan, I haven't seen them win anything in the Big Ten since, when they actually, used to be good. I mean, they've lost, 2 straight NCAA championships. Well, not really 2 straight, but they lost 2 in a row whenever they got there. Because they lost to Louisville and they lost to Villanova. I know Louisville had to vacate their title, but come on. We all know the University of Michigan lost. So, yeah. Oh, boy. I just hope Ohio State gets the number 1 seed. That's all I ask for. Ohio State getting a number 1 seed. If we get that number 1 seed, then good. I can sleep soundly. Sometime. I don't know. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this episode of Big C in the Morning. It is about to be 11 o'clock. It's currently 10:59, but as soon as I get done talking, it's probably going to be 11. So, yeah. That's the end of the show, guys. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Next week, 2 new topics. We'll talk about them. It's going to be great. And, yeah. That my mom says not happening. My show's not happening? You sure? I don't... We'll see. We'll see if it will happen. Or will it not? Who knows? But I'm thinking it will happen. But anyways, thank you all for watching. It's been fun. And, yeah. This has been Big C in the Morning on WDG Underground Columbus home. Oh, wait. Hold on. My mom says that was my dad, and then my dad says OSU number 1 seed. Okay. Okay, everything. We're gonna have a show next week, so yeah. Okay, we're all good. Anyways, this has been officially, right now, the end of Big C in the Morning here on WDG Underground Columbus, home of the Unsigned Artist. My name is Big C, and I am out of here. You thought I was gonna be loud, but no, I decided not to be loud. But anyways, guys, have a great rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend, and yeah, go Bucks, because they're playing Illinois in basketball this weekend. So yeah, I'll see y'all next week. See you later.